All right, guys, so the first tip that we have for you has to do with your Fortnite display settings. All right, so if you want to reduce your lag on Fortnite, you need more frames per second to really get less input delay. And for that, all right, you're going to need to run low graphics settings so that your graphics card and CPU can just run Fortnite smoothly. So we recommend that you should turn all of your graphics settings, such as like shadows and anti-aliasing, to the lowest quality if you want the best performance, with the exception of the textures, which can be whatever you guys prefer. And this is going to make your game run a lot faster since your PC has fewer elements for it to process, making everything run buttery smooth. Yeah, I just said the word buttery because it's that smooth. Below the graphics settings are the more in-depth advanced graphics settings. Like, these settings are very important for making your game run smoother and really giving better performance. And instead of just changing your graphics settings all to low as suggested before, you can instead just set your rendering mode to performance mode. So unlike DirectX 12 or 11, performance mode is a rendering mode that is designed to lower input delay and free up as much CPU and GPU power as possible and really make your game runs extremely smooth. And with performance mode, you're given the option to set your meshes to either high or low. Low meshes make your builds look like you're playing on mobile, giving you the largest performance boost. And high meshes give you the more popular bubble wrap type builds, like which you can see a lot of pros using. So high meshes are still good and really give more FPS, but not as much as the mobile builds does. So in the advanced Fortnite graphics settings, okay, there is also a setting called Allow Multi-Threaded Rendering. And generally, you want to have this turned on if you have a modern CPU. However, if you have less than 8 cores in your CPU, you might just want to turn this setting off to really improve performance. So for the NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency, really only available to NVIDIA graphics card users, you want to have this setting set to On plus Boost. And this setting will produce your system latency, also known as input delay, in situations where your GPU starts to really get overwhelmed. All right, bunch of crunch on me for the question of the day. All right, what settings do you use in Fortnite? Do you try to maximize your FPS as much as you can to be as competitive as possible? Or do you flick on all the fancy settings like, ray tracing so the Fortnite island looks as gorgeous as it can? Let us know in the comments below and we're gonna read every single one. Here we go. So on the subject of your GPU, the next tip that we have is to simply check to update your drivers if you haven't done that in a while. Like, if you're already on top of your drivers and you already know about this business, just skip ahead to the next one. All right, so the first thing that you need to do is check which graphics card you have. Open Start, search for System, Information, and just press it, Expand, Components, and click on Display. Go to Adapter Description to see which GPU you have. Okay, so if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, download GeForce Experience from this website. Once it's installed, okay, open it up, go to Drivers, located next to Home, top left, and if there are any new drivers available, press Download. And after it's finished downloading, you should have the option to select Express Installation, and the GeForce Game Ready driver will be updated to the latest version. And after this, you should probably restart your PC to feel the changes. And if you have an AMD graphics card, go to this website and press Download to install the Radeon software. Once this has downloaded, launch it, and once it has automatically detected your system configuration, press Install. And this may take a little while, but once it finishes and you restart your PC, you should see an increase in your Fortnite performance and FPS. Make sure to stay on top of your drivers so that your Fortnite performance doesn't get worse over time. Also, update your Windows, because with every new update that comes out, your computer will run just a little bit worse if you skip it. All right, Timer Resolution is an application that reduces the default Windows response time to 0.5 ms, achieving just a better input delay for gaming. And Windows usually sets the default timer resolution to 15.6 ms, and Fortnite sets it to 1 ms. And so with the Timer Resolution app, you can set it even lower. 1 ms to half a millisecond might not really sound like a really big difference. And you're right, it could just be placeable. However, many things increase the Fortnite input delays, such as ping, your monitor response time, mouse response time, etc. And so you want to take whatever you can off your total response time. I mean, we've all been in a situation where we thought we shot first and we died, right? Because in reality, it's not that your reaction time was slow, it was the PC's response time and the input delay that really got us killed. So in your Fortnite settings, head to the advanced graphics tab and really make sure that your VSync is turned off. VSync is a setting that, pretty much locks your Fortnite frame rate to whatever your monitor hertz or refresh rate is set to. Which on paper sounds great, but if your PC can't handle 100% stable frame rate throughout your games, which I highly doubt since you're watching this video in the first place, you'll definitely experience some heavy stuttering and lag, which you definitely don't want. So again, like if you don't know what you're doing, make sure this is off. But if you do want VSync, at least turn it on through your NVIDIA control panel. So if you haven't optimized your NVIDIA desktop settings yet, this is a surefire way to really increase your performance for Fortnite. So we're not, going to go too in-depth in this video, but I'm sure that you can still research if you want to go 100% in your settings. So to open your NVIDIA control panel, right-click your desktop background and press NVIDIA control panel. And by the way, this method only works if you have NVIDIA graphics card, okay? Once you're in your NVIDIA, control panel, go to the Adjust Image Settings with Preview tab in the 3D Settings drop-down menu on the left-hand side and select Use My Preference Inputing on the bottom, and then just drag the sliders so that it says Performance instead of Quality. And alternatively, you can go more in depth with your customization and really select the middle bullet point which says Use My Advanced 3D Settings, and then choose all of the options that correctly suit your needs. Just make sure to keep things like, which take up a lot of power usage from your GPU and CPU are definitely set to off. All right, so this one is pretty simple. Some people prefer to use windowed mode because it just makes it easier to move from Fortnite to any other application on their PC. But did you know that it actually comes at a cost? Yeah. That's right, guys. Using windowed mode slightly increases your input delay and reduces your FPS in game. So if you want to maximize your performance, simply just, playing on full screen mode instead of windowed full screen mode can slightly improve your FPS and input delay. Okay, so another way to improve your performance is by taking advantage of the ability to lower your resolution to 1600 by 900. So lowering your resolution simply means having your game display fewer pixels on the screen, meaning your GPU will have to process fewer pixels, therefore the game is gonna run smoother. Using a lower resolution will unfortunately make your game look worse and look more fuzzy because of the lack of pixels. However, it will increase your FPS and performance, all right? And alternatively,